Film Vault's back, Wave 3. And just to kind of bring people back into the Film Vault sort of headspace, because it has been a little bit of time's passed. I believe it's actually almost been a year to the day that we talked about their Wave number 2. And even prior to that, they had this. This was some of their first release, this video right here, this Goodfellas release. This was just kind of like something they put out to kind of show, you know, like what the release looks like, the sleeve, the contents, all that kind of stuff. This is when they first came out. And then, like I said, about a year ago, they sort of went, and those were those giant, like really big boxes, which I have one right here to show. But about a little bit later, they kind of went back and they sort of went to this Steelbook model, which was kind of a similar look with that, you know, clear plastic sleeve that goes down, but it was just going over top of a Steelbook.
Yes.
The one that's there on there to the Shawshank Redemption, and you've got 2001. But this is what they looked like. I don't know if any, just to make sure people have seen these before, because sometimes it's hard to tell. It was a little hard for me to tell initially when I bought this how big this might be.
Yeah. And
it is a very large box. They call it a cigar box. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't know that's what it was called, but that's an apt description.
Yeah. So when these first came out, they came just like this. There's a sleeve on here, but then inside was all this stuff. But I just wanted to show one quick thing because they've changed a little bit now. On the inside, once you opened up everything, there was this sort of like CD case looking thing. And this is where the release was housed. Like the 4K itself. The 4K itself in its Blu-ray was like in this digipack, like almost like CD shaped thing. And it kind of slid into this box. Now that they've moved over to Steelbooks, their releases now exclusively have Steelbooks. They've kind of got rid of that CD case sort of style for the inside.
Well, win some, lose some.
Does that bother you?
Yes.
Well, let me see. So,
no, I have no complaints about Film Vault, dude. So far, they are a 10 out of 10 company in terms of pricing, packaging, and what they offer. I even like this transition into Steelbooks. I'm a big fan. Makes it more affordable, looks awesome, and you can fit it on your shelf. Save the deluxe big ones like how I own the 2001 edition.
Yeah.
Save those for the big movies like that you like 2001 for me. Then you can stack up with Jaws, Shawshank, and all that with the Steelbooks. I like the slips being all in unison. In my opinion, this is a really awesome company.
Yeah, so I think it's cool that now in Wave 3, they've sort of taken both concepts and melded them together. So it's like it used to be big box with this digipack inside, and then they had Steelbooks. Now they're kind of taking the big box and the Steelbook, and they're putting it together. Yeah. And the first two that they're doing with is the Shining and Poltergeist. And this is what the Shining looks like, which was just revealed the other day. And I think this looks badass.
I immediately pre-ordered, and I already own a Shining 4K Steelbook.
And it is, we just did a best 4K transfer video last week, and on our first volume, we covered this exact one because it is one of the best there is. Oh, yeah. And you did show that nice, it was like a yellow maze.
Yeah. Fucking incredible transfer as well. I mean, it's amazing. But dude, one of my favorite films of all time. I gotta support it. I want to support this company, and it's not hard to support a company when they're reasonably priced. Take note, Disney. Yep. And so now they're coming at you with two versions, the big box with the Steelbook inside or the Steelbook only. There's also some bundles with posters and stuff, which, you know, do this or that with the price, which I'll show some of those, but I really just kind of want to focus on, the releases themselves. The other thing that they ditched, which I don't know if you remember, there was like this sort of crystal certificate of authenticity inside. It looks like they've ditched that also. That was nice, but it's not a necessity. Yeah, no, and this pre-sale for this actually started on Monday, and for shipping in August. And what I kind of liked about this for once, which I'm used to this and like other limited stuff. Like I don't know if they do this with every limited product or a lot of companies if they do this with other limited products, but they give you a window of time versus like as soon as it sells out. They call it like an open edition. Yes. So like we're going to sell as many as we can from this day to this day. And once this day is done, then it's shut and it's over, just to give people an opportunity to get one. And then it's limited and ended at that edition number. So if like 20,000 people buy it, it's one of 20,000. Dare I say that should be the way it goes. Yeah, I think it's cool. Like a lot of these like, limited like posters and stuff that I also I collect also are sometimes the same way where it's like a timed edition, and that's like the best. And why not? Have a limited version too. Yes. And why not? You're taking it directly to the consumer. In this day and age, you can get an actual number, so you don't have to overproduce quantities or, produce less quantities that don't meet demand. it's a win-win. And then you can base the sales to see if I'm going to do another run, you know, of a lesser edition, or
right.
You can just keep doing it. But it's
and Film Vault, you know, they're putting this out, like I said, in these two different versions. Here's what the Steelbook looks like with the slip on it. It's the same kind of thing. It's a clear acetate sleeve, and then it comes off. It's got a white spine when you take it off. It's, you know, kind of looks like this. It's just got the shining on the side, which I think looks great. Mm-hmm. This is what the big box looks like now on the inside for people that have gotten these before. Like I said, there's a few changes, but for the most part, it's kind of the same experience, with the exception that now there's a Steelbook inside of it, which is pretty awesome. These are really cool display pieces, even though I've kind of railed against that before. And I will still say, if you shrunk this down into a size that could fit on my shelf, I would be completely head over heels in love.
You got it. You get the Steelbook. That's
but I mean, this hard box version, I'm saying, shrinking that down. Like I like how these look. I like my Shawshank Redemption, how it's like positioned, but not everybody's got all this different room. So if you want to buy this big box when you can, if you want to buy the Steelbook only, you can. It's great to have both options. But if they were to shrink that big box down, even though that is kind of what sets them apart, I guess, that would be pretty badass.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A man can dream.
A man can dream.
I don't know. I think we got a pretty sweet deal here, man.
No, we do. And here's...
No, I'm not going to... That's not a gripe for me. But I do also completely agree with you. As art pieces, when you remove that sleeve, they're beautiful. They don't even look like they house a film. They just look like hey, I got a nice standing painting on my desk.
Yeah, and this art is really cool. This art on this big box.
It's great.
Here's some of the bundles. Like they're going to get, you can get like this new art on a 24x36. They're doing remastered original one sheets for both of these films, Shining and Poltergeist. So, and they're, you know, $100 this, $137 something. Mm-hmm. The price point for them though, when you go to Vice Press to buy these direct from them, the big box is $67 and the Steelbook is $41. And then I saw when you put it into your cart, the big box ends up being $85 shipped. Because it's they're UK, but $85 shipped to buy from them. However, if you go to Amazon UK, all in shipped, I saw it for $65.
That's not bad at all.
So $65 shipped if you go through Amazon UK versus $85 if you do it through Vice Press directly.
The only problem is when you get it shipped from Europe and they send it in a typical almost Amazon mailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. The potential for damage is there.
And you got the Steelbook, which, like I said, was 41 on the website, but on Zavvi, all in shipped, I think, what'd you say, 32? What did you end up?
It wasn't that cheap. I mean,
what was it?
Because of tax and shipping, I think it came out to be like 42 total. So whatever I paid for it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's still better than
like 30.
Okay.
Something. And it was around 30. It was on sale at that moment, I believe. Yeah. But honestly, I'm kind of, this is, you know, it is a top 10 film for me.
And for what you're getting too, it's not bad quality.
I'm considering canceling that and
getting the big box
all in it, because dude. And then I thought about it, Matt. I already own 2001.
Yeah,
I can just do this with all the Kubrick films.
Oh, you could.
If they end up doing Clockwork, if they end up doing Dr. Strangelove or something, I could just do a little Film Vault Kubrick collection.
Kubrick or Clockwork Orange would be great. We talked about that before. Them doing Clockwork Orange would be awesome.
Is that what I picked as my Film Vault dream choice? Was Clockwork Orange?
It was, yeah. I could totally see it too.
I would love that.
Yeah, I could totally see it. So this is The Shining. Here's the Poltergeist version, which again, I think they nailed this art. I think they nailed what this looks like personally. When this originally Poltergeist was announced in 4K way back, we kind of complained about the Craig T. Nelson Wrangler Jeans edition.
Ah, man, that was a great JCPenney ad.
I ended up getting this like Steelbook version from Zavvi because it had this original art on it. And that's all I really wanted, because otherwise you could get the Steelbook standalone, which was,
Joe Beth Williams,
yes, in the pool. But so this is the one I ended up going with. But had I not purchased this, that's a pretty awesome looking set, to be honest.
I love that. Man.
There's the Steelbook.
I'm on the, you know how I am.
There it is, opened up.
You know how I am with Poltergeist, Matt. It's like I dig it. I like it a lot, but I like I'm content with my Blu-ray digibook. I don't, this isn't a title for some reason. Poltergeist 3, I'm all in.
Yeah.
If Film Vault does Poltergeist 3, which we know is coming.
It's definitely coming.
I mean, that's what the people want.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, day one pre-order.
Yeah, I don't know. But dude, yeah, this looks really, really, really good. I mean, I think as far as the packaging, I think they came back, you know, what I said, like a year after their last wave, and I think they nailed this. I'm curious to see. They only did 2. I don't know why they typically did like 4. I think previously. I don't know if there's another 2 around the corner, but
yeah, I don't know. Hopefully,
I'm interested.
Both the artwork on both of these titles, I love.
I never owned The Shining, and so I got my eye on The Shining.
You have to.
I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with, but
wait, you don't own The Shining?
I've never owned it.
Why?
What's
wrong with you?
I know. Well, the regular edition one, I've kind of got like saved in a card or whatever, but I really was hoping for one day there would be something a little bit more robust for that, and I missed out on the 4K Steelbook that you got.
Yeah, why didn't you get that initial Steelbook?
I think I missed out on that.
That was the first 4K I ever purchased. Yeah. I didn't even have a player yet, but I was like, shit, it's The Shining. I got to get this. I know I'll have one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was big.